If you're starting your style journey and you're looking for ways to improve your appearance instantly, then you want to pay attention to the 5 tips in this video. I've been on my style journey, it was more of a style roller coaster to be honest, for many years now. My success with women absolutely sucked when I was a teenager, but I realised that by making simple changes to the clothes that I was wearing and my grooming routines, I could change that. Fast forward 7 years or so and I now feel really comfortable and confident in my own skin. And along the way, I learned a lot, and in this video, I wanted to give you 5 awesome style tips that are going to improve the way that you look instantly. And these are going to be really useful if you're someone like I was about 7 years ago before I started paying attention to my image. The first beginner style tip for improving your look instantly is actually something important to pay attention to. And that is the size of the ankle hole on your trousers. Now, people have many different opinions on what fit of trouser that you should go for. Whether that be straight jeans, slim or skinny, one thing that you want to pay attention to is the size of the ankle opening. For me, the area from the knee down to the ankle is the most important area of any trouser. Provided that the trousers aren't skin tight throughout the leg, you need to look for an ankle hole that's as small as possible. And why is this the case? Well, having trousers that taper down from the knee down to the ankle have several advantages. The first one being that if you've got some really slick shoes on, you can actually see them. Lots of the baggier cuts of jeans that go even wider at the ankle cover up your shoes. I like the look of shoes, most women like the look of shoes, you'll probably like shoes, so why cover them up? Also, by choosing trousers that go and taper down to the ankle, you're going to be choosing the most aesthetic look possible. The body's natural shape tapers from the widest area at your shoulders down to your feet. Having trousers that then go wide again towards the feet counteract this. If you're wearing some trousers that really fit you properly and that have got this taper towards the ankle, you're not only going to look taller, but potentially, if you're a bigger guy, slimmer as well. This is something that's dead easy to implement. You can have a look at the size of the ankle openings on your current trousers, and if there are some that are way too big, you can even get them tailored rather than having to go out and buy a whole new pair of trousers. The second beginner style tip that I'd recommend is one that you probably will have heard some places before, but that is size down. And I had problems with this. I took this to the extreme. I went from wearing clothes that were way too big for me to wearing clothes that were far too tight. And typically, most guys do wear clothes that are too big. So how do you avoid making the mistake that I did and ending up, sizing down too many times and your clothes becoming too tight? Well, I go by 2 rules here mainly. The primary one being, if you're wearing an item of clothing that's too small, it will typically have horizontal pull lines across where the material is being pulled incredibly tight. Especially if you've got a button shirt on, you'll see them buttons flexing and struggling to hold onto the material. If you want to get a fitted look that isn't too tight, that's something you'll need to avoid. And the second sign really being that you can't wear clothes that are going to significantly restrain your movement. Unfortunately, lots of guys are hesitant to wear fitted clothing because it feels different from what they've been wearing already. Feeling different and actually feeling too tight are 2 different things. I'd recommend, if you're at this stage where you wear quite baggy clothes already, just go for something that's fractionally tight but not really tight. You still should be able to, move your arms absolutely fine. And if you're wearing trousers, there should be some folding of the material. If you look like your clothes are being sprayed onto you, then you've definitely gone too far. The third beginner style tip to help you improve your look instantly is to do with matching colours. This is a really simple one that's going to get you matching your shoes and accessories better. And that is ensuring that your leathers match on your shoes, belt, and potentially even your watch strap. And to some of you, this may seem, incredibly basic. It may seem very restrictive. A lot of people want to break this so-called rule. Well, I've got a couple of added steps that you can take here. One of my favourite things to do is not only match the upper of the shoe with a certain colour of belt, but if you've got an item of footwear like this chukka boot where you've got contrasting laces and also a contrasting sole, you can also utilise them and match them with a belt leather instead. And if you haven't got any belts that you can do this with, then you'll want to check out today's video sponsor, and that is Core Essentials, who in my opinion make the best belts you can buy. I'm so proud to partner up with Core for this video, because as you'll know, if you follow my channel for any length of time, I've been raving about these belts for over a year. I've tested all of the market leaders when it comes to hole-free ratchet belts I've included videos on this channel, and the one that always seems to come out on top is Core Essentials. They have the longest track that you will find on any ratchet belt, and this slots into their patented mechanism, which is absolutely built like a tank. There are over 40 sizing points on the rear of these belts, which means that you can adjust your belt to 1/4 of an inch at a time, which means you can get the perfect fit. Cut the belt to size, put the belt through the mechanism, and the super strong buckle holds it in place all the time. Core Essentials belts absolutely blow out of the water the standard Hold belts. They look cleaner, they last longer, and they hold their appearance better too. As well as having nowhere near the adjustability, with regular belts, you'll know, you will have seen it yourselves, on your old belts, they are ruined around the holes. These belts all have the mechanism and the track on the rear of the belt, so they can withstand the hardest treatment and not show the wear on top. They've got everything from your casual fabric belts to different types of leather belts for different occasions, as well as a huge range of buckles so you can choose the one that perfectly suits your taste. Since making the switch to hole-free belts with Core Essentials, I have never gone back to a belt with holes in. Any of my regular viewers will know on this channel I only want to recommend the best products possible, and that's why I approached Core Essentials about this, because I only wanted to work with them. There are other belt companies out there that make similar sort of track belts to this, but having tried them all, this one is the best, and it's the one I want to recommend to my viewers. They're a fantastic choice to go for, so I'll leave a link to them in the description below, as well as an exclusive discount code that you can use on any of the Core Essentials products. They are without a doubt my favourite men's accessories brand, and I couldn't love them more and want to promote them more. The fourth beginner style tip is to stock up on loads of used clothes. If you're after cheap shirts, t-shirts and trousers, there isn't many better places to go than eBay. I've talked about eBay in the past. For the basic items that you need to fill out your wardrobe a bit, it's a great choice. One big mistake that loads of guys make when it comes to wanting to improve their style is they immediately go out there and buy, a full price suit or multiple suits, because they associate dressing better with dressing formal, and I don't find that to be true. Dressing in a suit isn't always appropriate, especially when you're in the experimental phase. The best way is to go into stores to check what size you are in trousers and tops, and then come back and search online on eBay for those specific sizes in those brands, because there is a bit of variety between different brands, as I'm sure you're aware. And then when you're at home, you can head online and just buy loads of clothes for really cheap off eBay to experiment and find out what actually suits you. I've grabbed so many great deals for under £5 on things like, jumpers and shirts on eBay. It's a no-brainer for me. It's certainly one of the best ways to discover your own unique look. And the fifth beginner style tip to improve the way that you look instantly is to pay attention to the length of your shirts. Some shirts are meant to be worn tucked and others are meant to be worn untucked. This is one of the killer things that I see, especially on nights out. So many guys wearing shirts that are clearly meant to be tucked in due to the length of them are attempting to wear them untucked. And unfortunately, this just looks terrible because it completely throws out the proportions of your body. It makes your torso look strangely long and then your legs look incredibly short. My rule is, if it reaches your nuts or lower, then it needs to be tucked in. And if it's above your nuts, you can probably get away with leaving it untucked. And I'm throwing in a bonus one as well. This is supposed to be a top 5 list. I sometimes do this. Let's make it a top 6. And this is a tip that wouldn't have existed, 10 or 15 years ago. But if you're a beginner and you're looking to improve your style, then subscribe to a variety of different men's style YouTube channels. And this isn't just a shameless plug for my channel, but this is something that really works. There's so much online content out there right now to help men with the way that they look that it can't be ignored. I'd recommend subscribing to a variety of different YouTube channels to get multiple perspectives on style. Because if you're only subscribed to one person, then you're only going to get one person's opinion on style. To find your own way with your style journey, it's best to take multiple pieces of advice. So, as well as subscribing to my channel, Every Man, I'd recommend also taking a look at some of the other creators that I've got listed on my channel page. I've got a variety of my favourite creators down there on the right hand side to take a look at. To have a look at some of them guys' channels and see which ones you want to subscribe to, and then go and show them some love. And they'll help you in return by giving you some great content to watch. Hopefully you found this video useful and it's going to help to kickstart your style improvement. Once again, I want to thank Core Essentials for sponsoring this video, because I just love their products. I am beyond pleased that they agreed to do this with me. If you want to see my completely unbiased reviews of their products that I did months ago, not sponsored. You can take a look at them in the description and also on the end screen. But anyway, if you enjoyed this one, make sure you press the like button. And if you want to see similar videos just like this one about how to style your hair and what to wear, then make sure you press the subscribe button. And then also press the bell icon next to it as well so that YouTube tells you when I upload a fresh new video. And I will see you on the next one.